Hello YouTube, Beanie from the bedroom here, right? Are you here with me? Bean Olsen, your guitar junkie. So, um, you know the deal. I'm gonna play this here fine instrument, the little backing track. Tell me if you recognize it. And then I got some important news to say. So let's have at it. Yeah, it's a little bit of VH Gary Moore style, because that's what this guitar brings out of me. That's why I love it so much. Yeah, I still get a lot of slack over this guitar. Still do. Let me just before I forget. Hope there's enough juice in this here microphone, because I forget to charge it. And here we go. Thank you. Everybody, buddy. So, yeah, although I posted another video where I was showing that I couldn't fix the Gibson headstock, and I put that on the back just to shut people up. People are still crying like little babies over this guitar. And there's a guy that that I know that's up the road from me. He's got his own YouTube channel, and he just got one of these from China. And I told him, I said, be prepared, get ready for the hate. And he replied back like, yep, I already had to delete somebody. You know, a couple of people just said, just delete. But I try to believe in freedom of speech, and I try to let people say whatever they want, because even their hate comments are still putting attention to my videos. So that's my advice for the others. When they really get nasty, then I just block them. I just make it where they can't see my videos, kind of thing. Because I've had that happen. I also had one guy that got really nasty with me about my Harley Benton guitars. I was posting so many videos on the Harley Benton. I was like, he was like, "Is that the only, guitar you have that's junk? That's just buy a, if you took all your Harley Bentons, you could buy one good USA Gibson." And I replied like I normally do, really nasty with a bunch of curses in it. And then I read it, got it out of my system, felt good, deleted it. And then I left a snarky kind of comment, which I do a lot of times with those that are leaving content like that behind, because it irritates me. Again, it's someone that won't confront you face to face, but they're tough on their phone or on their computer. He basically, after I think it was 3 months, and I didn't block him, I didn't delete his comment. He replied to the comment that he left, saying, "Hey, look, I apologize. I checked out Holly Benton, and guess what? I bought 3 of them." So I had a guy today ripping me apart about the SBS, the Stephen Brown sound guitar I got from Guitar Fetish. That was just a hunk of junk. And I guess he didn't watch the complete video all the way through, where I said I'm going to nitpick on this guitar. And I'll tell you why. Because it was a hunk of junk. Because I've had things that were broken. The wiring wasn't covered. I had no electronics. I had a crack in the back of the body. But again, it was like, well, what do you expect for $379? Kind of thing. Like, oh, okay. So I guess that if he buys the same guitar and it comes to him, and the headstock is broken off, I guess he's cool with that. What does he expect for $379? So I told him, I said, check out, compare the Guitar Fetish Stephen Brown sound guitar to a Harley Benton Les Paul, and then get back to me. So we'll leave it at that. But yeah, I still expect a couple of nasty things because look, I can't remove the Gibson from the headstock. So again, it's just something about this guitar. Now, I also had I'm replying to a couple of comments at one time. I had somebody say, all you have on the wall now are Les Pauls, like you have enough Les Pauls, kind of thing. And then I replied, don't you understand? It says Bean Olson Guitar Junky. It's an addiction. But then I have others, and some that are across the pond, some that are here in the States, suggesting other brands to me, and I'm like, you're not helping the problem. You're adding to it. Now I got to go look at this guitar and look at that guitar, and then I'm seeing it, and then I'm saving it, and I'm like, I'm holding back from pulling the trigger on it. I'm not a millionaire. It's not like I have money to burn. Believe me, I'm very frugal with my money, and I watch every penny that I spend, and I don't keep a lot. I rotate a lot, so I can't say with certainty that all these guitars that are out now are still going to be here a year from now. Right now, I love them, but like everything else, the romance could end, the honeymoon could be over, and I could say, this is the only one I could honestly say that it'll never, I'll die owning this guitar, and then I'll leave it to my daughter because she knows I'm a huge Gary Moore fan, and she loves Gary Moore too. She was in the car with me today, and I put a CD on, and she's singing right along, and I'm looking like, wow, I was pretty impressed. So, with those couple of mentions here and there, and like I said, I've got other videos that I still have to post probably before you see this video. I still have another agile or 2 more agile videos that I have to post, or maybe 3. I know I have one guitar with part 1 and part 2, and then I have a third guitar that's got one video that I didn't post as of yet. And I've got other things that I've done. I'll also have the comparison between this guitar and the vintage Lemon Drop Distressed that's supposed to be a copy of the Greeny Moore. It was like a PGM V100 series that I think I already posted that video. And then, you know, I have a comparison with the two guitars side by side, and I may have even played the two of them so you could hear it. And I've yet to post that. You may see that before you see this one. I don't know. But the important news is, and I've said this so many times, why is it now I pulled these guitars off. Let me pause for a second. I pull these guitars off the wall and I check the tuning, and then I play them. Then I check the tuning again, and then I put them back, because I could literally bend a string right off the neck and I could snap it. I've done it before. And so I want to make sure that everything is, you know, it's still in tune. So again, I check the tuning before and after I'm done playing. Then I hang it back up on the wall again. And I could say, again, and everyone, there's a lot of people that could probably agree with me on this. If there's one string out of the 6 that's slightly out of tune, do you know what it is? Say it out loud to yourself, because I'm going to say it now. The G string. Why is it that the G string is always out of tune? And I said it before. Just like I showed you in writing how it's, it's stated, it's the law to stack a boost overdrive pedal with the distortion drive sound on your amp. That's just the way to do it. Don't just run it right through your amp, or don't just run a pedal on the clean. Have your clean channel dirty it up, or have your dirty channel halfway. My dirty channel, the distortion doesn't go past 11 o'clock, which is technically, it looks like 4. Let me put my binoculars on from the movie Snatched. Great movie. It was on the other night too. Funny that I mentioned it and then it comes on TV. Yeah, so where's my gain? Oh yeah, my gain here. So my gain is at 3, actually. You have the 2, then you have the line, then you have the 4, and it's actually like right on the line, just about at 3 o'clock. So that's how I play it on that channel, and I stack it with my boost. Now the clean channel, you're not going to hear it because I have the mic on, but the clean channel without the boost alone, because I could crunch up the clean channel, has some grit to it as well. So that's it. I did it wrong, and I wrote that song. So yeah, that's my clean. And then again, like I said, I always have the boost on. Big difference, and I know you could probably just barely hear it through the microphone on me shirt man. So the important news is, just like how I showed you in black and white, crystal clear, plain as day, it's the law to stack, a drive pedal with the drive on your amp. Don't run them separately. I said I've asked NASA many a times. I sent letters. I try calling them up, and I'm just like, look, you could put a guy on the moon. Can you tell me why the hell the G string is always out on a guitar, whether it be a Stratocaster, a Telecaster, or a Les Paul? Why is it always out? Well, let me just tell you. Here's the official document I got right here. It says it right here, plain as day, crystal clear, with the official NASA headstock, NASA logo on the top, letterhead, I should say. And it says, the reason why the G string always goes out on a guitar is, and I quote, we don't have a freaking clue. So there you go. Thank you very much, NASA. You didn't help. It's still, I still don't get it. So if you have it where, this here is your G string, right? So you have E, B, G. This, no matter where it's at, is always slightly out of tune. Now, why isn't this string out of tune? Why is the G string is slightly out of tune? Why isn't the D string? Because I've I have done research. I did Google it, and they're saying the way the key distance from the nut on that particular string with the string width, you know, causes that. But why then does it cause the same problem on a Stratocaster, or even for that matter, a Strat or Tele that has a reversible headstock? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Sorry, I think I just hit the mic with the guitar. So if you're saying, what the hell was that? Let me just see, because I really didn't play this that hard as I did. So every string is in tune. Here's the G string. G string is in tune. Everything's good. I can't believe the G string is actually in tune. It shows the red just out a little bit, but once it settles. How about if I hit the right string? Yeah, it's the other one that it was. I'm plucking it so hard that once it calms down, it goes back where it should be. But here's the G string. Yeah, every time I hit it, boom, green line right down the middle of my poly tuner. So I don't know. I don't know. That's the question that needs to be answered. So before I shut down, I mentioned it before. I need to put a flashlight on it for you to see. I'm going to release the phone from the stand. I mentioned earlier that I've got an actual photo of Gary Moore at a show where the actual pick that he's holding in the picture, playing the guitar, is in the frame. So I'm going to see if I could somehow show you that. They're already hung it on the wall, and those tiny hooks are so hard to, you know, get on and off. So let me see if you could see it. Can you see it right there? Right there. So it's almost clear. You can see it exactly. It's the same one that's in his hand. You turn it sideways, you can see it better, but it's virtually like a clear pick. And That's the one. If I might. There we go. That's a little bit brighter. If you could see it now, that's the pick. So, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And still love this. It's still my number one. It's my number one Les Paul guitar. And let's see. If I'm alive in a couple of years, I'll make a follow-up video and see if this thing is still going. So thanks for watching. Have a great day and a better tomorrow.